Welcome back to my channel. My name is Marcy. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. Always showing up, showing your girl some love. So I just got back from an Nihilo launch. It was the exclusive New York City launch of Blue Talisman Extrait in New York City, and I had the most amazing time. It was a brand trip, so the brand flew me out. I was just there for a day, as per usual, like I am. Your girl has to get back to work. So anyway, thank you to the brand for flying me out, and I had the most amazing time, and you guys already know how much I love Nihilo. I've been running my mouth about Nihilo for the past 5 years. My very first love was Sweet Morphine, and go grab your coffee, your tea, all that good stuff, because we're going to go through my collection, and then I'm going to attempt to give you all my top 10 Nihilos. One I know that's in a top 10 that I don't even have, that hopefully I'll have in my collection soon. And you guys, let's get started. So this is one of, there's like 3 tiers to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one at the bottom. So my Nihilo collection, I believe, is the largest collection that I have. It's Nihilo, then it's Kayali, and then it's Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. I think right now I have about 20 fragrances from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector, the old ones, the new ones, all of them. And then we'll count how many of the Nihilos that I have. And the Kayali fragrances, I literally have all of them except for the Rose Oud, and I have the hairspray of the Rose Oud. But I have every single one of the Kayali fragrances. Oh, I did have the citrus, but the citrus 08, I ended up gifting to my sister many years ago because she loved it so much, and they don't even make it anymore. So it shows you how much I love her, okay? So anyway, let's count how many Nihilo fragrances I have, because I don't even know at this point. So I have a backup of 1, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So I have 26 Nihilo fragrances, and only one of them is a backup. So I actually have a Brompton Immortals backup in the Harrods calendar as well. But we're going to go through. We're going to go through these very briefly, and I will give you guys my top 10. Let me know if you're really interested in the brand. The reason why I fell in love with the brand, many years ago, I went to go smell Lust in Paradise. And the first person that I ever heard speaking about Lust in Paradise was Emmy. So Emmy was like, oh, go smell Lust in Paradise. So when I smelled Lust in Paradise 5 years ago, I fell in love with Sweet Morphine. I didn't even fall in love with Lust in Paradise. Now, I have 2 renditions of Lust in Paradise that we're going to chat about. Now those I love, but the EDP of Lust in Paradise, there's going to be an Extrait coming out in 2026, you guys. And I cannot wait to get my nose, and actually I was supposed to smell it over in New York, but I'll be smelling the Extrait of Lust in Paradise very soon, probably but before the end of this month, because the person didn't bring the sample. But I heard it was amazing, and a couple friends of mine that are at the boutique, they said they loved it more than the EDP. So I cannot wait for Lust in Paradise Extrait. So number 1, we have Blue Talisman. There was a bottle painter at the boutique. I would say 75% of my fragrances I purchased myself, and then some were gifted. So this one was gifted. I had an event 2 years ago at the LA boutique. So Blue Talisman is a citrusy. I actually bought a bottle the very first time, and then I had another event. This is the small bottle that I bought 3 years ago, and then I had another event, and then I was gifted this one because I only have the small bottle, and the small bottle is like halfway done. So I'm not touching this because it's just absolutely gorgeous, and I don't want the juice to go down. Anyway, Blue Talisman is a gingery orange blossom akigala wood. It's woody, citrusy, gingery. And there's it's completely unisex. A lot of women say that they feel like it's a little bit too woody. So it is a little heavier on the akigala wood, which makes it fresh, zesty, spicy. It's a bit woody, but I love the ginger, citrus, and the orange blossom in this fragrance, and it's absolutely gorgeous. But like I said, to me, it is completely unisex. Okay, so that was Blue Talisman, the EDP. Now we have Blue Talisman, the Extrait. Now, the Extrait, oh, I didn't mention the pear in there. So there's pear in there as well, which most people love. It is juicy, fruity, but in the Extrait, they didn't put the ginger inside, but they did add a little more pear. They amped the pear up. They put a beautiful sandalwood, a beautiful creamy jasmine inside. So it's not as woody. It's lush. It's a little darker. It's sweeter. The pear is amped up. It's smoother. It's more ambery. And I absolutely love it. So I feel like the ladies would love the EDP, the Extrait, more than the EDP. I really feel like the guys are going to love the EDP because it's woody, it's a little spicy, it's zesty. And then ladies, I feel like, it's a bit warm in here, y'all. And ladies, I feel like you're gonna love the Extrait because to me, it's a little more powdery, musky, fresh, ambery. It's sweeter. It's giving that sweet, powdery pear and lush sandalwood, and I absolutely love it. So anyway, the Extrait, out of the two, I cannot tell you guys which one I love more because I love them both. So when we talk about ranking them, those two are just gonna go together, okay? So the next one we're gonna talk about, this is actually a backup, don't worry about that. The next one we're gonna talk about is Fleur Narcotique. Now it's literally the same scent as Fleur Narcotique, but it's potent. A lot of people say this is, what do you call it? Not linear. This is cloying, okay? I don't think it's cloying. When I wear this fragrance, I get tons and tons of compliments. It's lychee, it's pear, there's peony. This smells like these two, the Talisman Extrait, all of their extracts have that ambery, warm, dark, musky, slightly powderiness to them, just as in Brompton Immortals. But Fleur Narcotique Extrait, I absolutely love. It's a super femme for all of those that want to know, but I know a lot of men that love this as well. I think David Hoodson's, he loves Fleur Narcotique Extrait. A couple other guys I know love this as well, but it definitely gives that, like, you know, dark femininity, very sensual, sweet, powdery, musky, fruity floral, and it's absolutely amazing. So get your nose on this. And I initially purchased this one from Harrods when I was there many years ago. Next, you guys, it's cooling off a bit. I should have turned the air on before I started this. So the next one we have, now I have the Hedonist, but it's in the other room, so we're going to talk about it. So while I love the Hedonist, I was gifted the Hedonist, the 10th anniversary edition. I love it. Gingery, spicy, woody citrus. Cause my son-in-law, he has it, you know, I think he was probably spraying it in like his, for the day or something. But I love the Hedonist Extrait. So the Hedonist Extrait is absolutely gorgeous. So you still get that bit of a woody citrus and the Hedonist Extrait, but you also get a lychee on top of it. So that lychee note is amped up. And it just makes it so just juicy and fruity and warmer. And it just adds a bit of it rounded out the citruses for me. The lychee note rounded out the citrus in the Hedonist Extrait. Now, I do pick up on the lychee note. It is not super potent, but I do pick up an extra fruitiness that I get on top of the Hedonist Extrait DNA. This is potent, okay? But I love it. It's warm. Like I said, it rounded out the citruses. So the citruses are not as sharp and as woody as in the Hedonist Extrait. But you definitely get that amped up fruitiness. Grapefruit. It is absolutely gorgeous. Grapefruit, lychee, some sandalwood, jasmine. It is beautiful. So the Hedonist Extrait is gorgeous. And I think this is unisex across the board for men, women, whoever wants to wear it. The next one is Brompton Immortals Extrait. So Brompton Immortals Extrait is beautiful. It's saffron, vanilla. I think there's some praline in here. There's pink pepper. And there's a beautiful rose. Brompton Immortals, I'm just going to tell y'all right now that it is my #1 Fleur Narcotique in my collection at the moment. I love a good spicy rose scent with more character. It's more of an ambery, spicy, woody rose. A little bit of musk in here too. It is absolutely stunning. It is one of the sexiest fragrances I have in my collection. So Brompton Immortals, I absolutely love. Like I said, I had that 50 ml backup bottle in the Harrods calendar, but I purchased actually the Brompton Immortals was gifted to me, and I purchased the Brompton Immortals Extrait when I was over at Harrods last year. Somebody told me this was masculine, and I didn't like buy it online at the time, but when I smelled it, I was like, oh, I think they were just trying to gatekeep. This is not masculine, you know. Anyway, it's absolutely beautiful, unisex. But Brompton Immortals Extrait is like it's my number one ex Nihilo at the moment, okay? But you gotta love a warm, ambery, a little spicy, sweet, vanillic rose fragrance. It is with some saffron. It's beautiful. So the next one we're going to talk about is from the collection. So I made this one with the M.O.A.P.C machine. So it says collection signature here. And on the bottom, they give you the sticker as to which one it is. So this one is Amber Sky mixed with Iris. So I made this with the M.O.A.P.C machine. Now, Amber Sky is a woody, spicy, ambery fragrance. Beautiful amber fragrance. But to me, I felt like it was a little too masculine for me. I rather smell just the basic Amber Sky on a man. Now, put a little iris in here. I put some extra iris in Amber Sky, and it just, y'all, it leveled it up, okay? So this is Iris mixed with Amber Sky using the M.O.A.P.C machine. And when I tell you this is sexy, I've had this for about 3 years. It is super, super sexy. Just imagine warm, ambery, dark iris, and just, it's stunning, okay? So get your nose. They do have at the Los Angeles boutique, they do have the like concoctions or the mixtures together, so you can smell them before you actually purchase and choose which one you like. And there's a dog barking, but Amber Sky with Iris is absolutely stunning. And you get to pick your top. This is some kind of stone, but you get to choose that, and then you get to I think that's all you get to choose, y'all. Okay, and they write you like a certificate, all that, but this is gorgeous. Warm, spicy ambers. It's almost giving me like that, my eyes are rolling while I'm videoing. It's almost giving me, you know, the new Tales of Ambers. It's a beautiful amber in the dry down, warm, spicy, ambery, a little dark. It's giving me a little bit of that Tales of Amber with some iris, some sweet, creamy iris. Yeah, I wanted the Amber Sky to be a little sweeter. Amber Sky with musk is amazing as well. I do want that one in my collection. Amber Sky with musk is sexy. This one is absolutely sexy, dark. The iris makes it a little cooling. It's beautiful. So the next one way back yonder, I don't even know what this is. Okay, so this is Outcast Blue. If you like that DNA of, I think they both came out around the same time. By no means is this any dupe, but I need to dust these fragrances off. If you like the DNA of Initio's Oud for Greatness, but you wanted it to be a little more sophisticated, a little more smooth, creamier, not so sharp on the saffron, then you love Outcast Blue Extrait. Now, I've never smelled Outcast Blue, but when I smelled Outcast Blue Extrait, I fell completely in love. And I ended up purchasing this a couple years ago, and I purchased it at Bloomingdale's, I believe it was. So Outcast Blue Extrait, get your nose on it. It is absolutely gorgeous. But like I said, if you like that Oud for Greatness DNA, but you wanted to elevate it, Oud for Greatness I did have, but then when I purchased this one, I was like, it's giving me the same, like a similar vibe, like 75% similar vibe, but this one's more elevated, more elegant, more sensual, more smoother. The raw materials are just probably a little more expensive. That's what it smells like. And Oud for Greatness, like, I liked it, but it was a little too sharp, and it almost felt a little too synthetic for me. But this one right here, Outcast Blue, is absolutely amazing, and such a beautiful DNA with that leather tobacco saffron. It is absolutely gorgeous. So get your nose on Outcast Blue Extrait. But I dare say I love Outcast Blue Extrait. To me, it's unisex. Most ladies, if you only deal with like sweet, fruity, floral fragrances, you may think it's masculine, but to me, it's unisex. I don't spray heavy. I spray pretty moderately. So the next one we're going to talk about is one that I hunted down in Dubai. Cara from Kayali was able to find it for me because the only place that had it in Dubai, and this was the last bottle. This was the last bottle in all of Dubai. She found it for me 3 days before I was getting ready to leave. So thank you, Cara. I love you for helping me hunt down this fragrance. We went to Bloomingdale's, I believe it was, in Dubai. And they said that, oh, they're coming in. There's some more coming in. Well, 2 weeks later, because I went earlier, I was over there for 3 weeks. 2 weeks later, they still weren't there. Apparently, they came a couple days after I left. Anyway, Cara was able to find the last bottle of Scarlet Sands over in Dubai. Scarlet Sands, you see it has the Arabic writing on it. Scarlet Sands is a beautiful raspberry and orange fragrance. And it's supposed to, I think, mimic like the sunset or transitioning like from day to night, or the, you know, the sunrise, not the sunrise, the sunset in the desert. It has something to do with that, the story that I read. But it is sweet, it's juicy, it's beautiful, it's warm, it's ambery. So just imagine, let's see, raspberries, you got some citruses and some orange, more of orange, clementine, not lemons, but just raspberries, some orange, vanilla. And this is one of the most beautiful fragrances that I have from the house. But it smells like it could be slight gourmand leaning, but it's not. But if you want something fun, playful, fruity, flirty, and just, you know, just fresh, refreshing, juicy, and fruity, then you may want to try Scarlet Sands. It is absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, thank you to Cara for helping me find this fragrance over in Dubai. Okay. So sorry, I'm trying to like keep these in order a little bit so I don't have to go through them like all like right away, you know, or dig through them. So okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is, what's this one? This one, oh, this one actually is another collection edition, but this one belongs to another collection. So I did make this at the boutique as well, and this one's Gold Immortals. I love Gold Immortals, and I want Gold Immortals Extrait in my collection as well. This is also another Jordi Fernandez creation, Gold Immortals, the EDP. Now this is Gold Immortals, and I added extra vanilla with it. So I still wanted that warm ambery. Now there's pear in Gold Immortals, so you can actually layer. If you layered Blue Talisman Extrait and Gold Immortals together, y'all, I'm going to do this and wear this tomorrow. It's going to be so amazing because there's pear in Gold Immortals as well. So it's warm, ambery pear. It is absolutely gorgeous. So get your nose on Gold Immortals. It's not too spicy. Let me go ahead and spray this, but it's been a while. But this one has an extra added. It is so good, you guys. Crispy, juicy, refreshing, ambery, a little spicy, but you definitely get a lot of pear. And there's some beautiful florals in here as well. I can't remember which one. I think they have like Lisi Ylang inside, I think, which is a relative to Ylang Ylang. But anyway, it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is the Gold Immortals EDP with vanilla added. And it just made it a little sweeter. But Gold Immortals to me is almost still a little sweet, but I just wanted it a tad bit sweeter with a bit of a more, bit more of a fresh vanilla. So once again, I did add, I was able to choose my top and Gold Immortals EDP with added vanilla using the Osmolog machine, okay? And they make those in the Los Angeles boutique. The next one we're going to talk about is the Irreverents. Now, I purchased this about 4 years ago, while I was over in Harrods. Now, this is beautiful praline, caramel, vanilla, saffron. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. It's sweet, it's ambery. The one thing I love about Ex Nihilo fragrances is that their fragrances are a bit more ambery than most other fragrances. And I think that's why I love them so much, because to me, the note of amber creates like a vanilla nuance to my nose, and it creates a lot of warmth as well. So the Irreverents, you guys know that this was in my top 10 for life for a long time, but it's definitely still in the top 20. Love the Irreverents, but you gotta like that saffron caramel, vanilla, warm, ambery DNA. And this is a Harrods exclusive. Actually, did I change the top? No, I didn't change the top. I think it is still like a Harrods exclusive. That's why it's green right there at the top. Because most of the Harrods exclusives, they have like that H, okay? I don't think I switched the tops. I don't think. Yeah, I think this one came like that. But I love that green top. And you see the Extrait actually has a different different colored top than the EDP. The Extrait's darker and the EDP is a little more like a lighter blue. This is the EDP. So the next one is I have another one that I made at the boutique, from the collections, the collection signature edition. And this one, obsessed, y'all, completely obsessed. Now, am I going to include some of my collection edition fragrances in my top 10? Yes, I am, because you can get those fragrances made as well, and I absolutely love them. So this is Amber Sky, another Amber Sky. We talked about Amber Sky with Iris. Now we're going to talk about Amber Sky with Rose. Amber Sky with Rose, y'all, sexy, dark, warm ambers. It's gorgeous, and it gives a little bit of that jammy rose, and I absolutely love it. So Amber Sky with Rose is just, it's like femme fatale. It's sensual. Yeah, this is date night worthy. This is like, you know, this is when you want to trap them worthy, okay? Anyway, temporarily, because you can't trap nobody forever, y'all. Anyway, this is Amber Sky with Rose, okay? And I absolutely love it. So the next one is, this was my first ex Nihilo, the one that I did a review on like 5 years ago. So this is Sweet Morphine. They don't even make Sweet Morphine anymore. Sweet Morphine is a lilac and iris centered fragrance. I think there's lilac, violet, and iris. There's mimosa inside, and it's dusty. There's mimosa inside as well, lilac, mimosa, iris, and I think there may be some violet. But you gotta be like that purple floral girl to love this fragrance with mimosa. Mimosa, to me, I love it. It's a bit fresh. It's sweet. I remember when Nika came over from for Glamcation, we went to the boutique. She fell in love with Sweet Morphine. The juice has gotten darker because of the vanilla. But this, some people say it's a little medicinal because the mimosa in here makes it very sparkling and slight medicinal, right? Mixed with the I think the lilac inside, but I love it. But you got to be a lilac lover and mimosa lover to love this. This is Sweet Morphine, the EDP. They don't make this anymore, you guys, unfortunately. I still love it. And sometimes I can't even wear my collection because I have so many. I can't wear my Ex Nihilo collection because I'm still constantly reviewing and I have so many other fragrances. Because when I review the fragrance, I actually have to wear the fragrance a couple times. Yes, I do a first impressions, but I'm also going to circle back and review that fragrance as well. So the next one we have is 1019 Wonders. So 1019 Wonders, it's dates, cacao. There's some cinnamon, there's vanilla. It is absolutely beautiful. It's definitely gourmand leaning, but once again, that Ex Nihilo DNA, warm amber with spices, cinnamons, dates, and cacao inside. It is beautiful. Somebody said they get like pencil shavings in here as well, but it's probably like the sandalwood, but it's absolutely beautiful. 10,019 Wonders, get your nose on it. 4 of my friends went to the boutique. 3 of us liked it. 1 of us didn't, because she says she gets that pencil shavings vibe from this. I don't really get that. I pick up more on a very smooth, creamy sandalwood, dates, cacao. Now, 1019 Wonders, I want to make 1019 Wonders with Rose. That is on my list to get using the Osmola machine, because when you mix that dates, cacao, and rose together, right along with that vanilla, it is absolutely, it's unimaginable, y'all. It's gorgeous. Same thing, another bottle. So the next one we have is This is another collection signature and it has LA on it. So I think this one is Fleur Narcotique with Musk. Okay, so I wanted to cut the sweetness of Fleur Narcotique, make it a little more fresh. I do actually have the original Fleur Narcotique, but this one's the Fleur Narcotique with added musk. I wanted to have something that was a little more sensual, a little more musky, a little more fresh. I didn't realize I had so many from the collection signature line, okay? But this is Fleur Narcotique with Musk. This was at another event. Absolutely love Fleur Narcotique with Musk. And then I got LA on it because, you know, I think, like I said, it was at the Los Angeles boutique. But I love this. Even if you wanted to add Fleur Narcotique, I think you can add vanilla, rose, musk, more sandalwood with Fleur Narcotique. Made it, it cut into the sweetness. But I love the musk. It made it a little more fresh and it cut into the sweetness as well, making it a little more sensual and fresh. So Fleur Narcotique with the additive of musk using the Osmolar machine. So the next one we're going to talk about is the original Fleur Narcotique. Now there's a dent in that one. So I love it. Peony. It's fresh. It's peony, lychee. It is absolutely gorgeous. A beautiful musk in here. We all know and love Fleur Narcotique. This is like my daughter's. If my daughter could have a signature scent, it would be Fleur Narcotique. And like I said, I cannot wait until they come out with the Extrait next year. So I think I'm going to eventually buy my daughter both Fleur Narcotique and the Extrait, maybe for her birthday or maybe when it comes out next year or something. But she loves it. So she's been using Azora by Attar. I got rid of all of my Attars. Azora by Attar is a dupe for Fleur Narcotique. And she's gone through 2 bottles of Azora, okay? So it's time to give her like a real bottle. I bought her 2 bottles. I bought Azora. When I realized it was a dupe of Fleur Narcotique, I gave it to her. And then when I realized, she was like, Mom, I already went through that bottle. I was like, what? In 3 months? You went through a whole bottle of Azora, but she wore it every day. So anyway, she needs the real deal, okay? So anyway, Fleur Narcotique, we all know and love it. It's a beautiful peony, lychee, citrus, musky based fragrance, floral fragrance, and I love it. The next one is Lust in Paradise, okay? So this is Lust in Paradise, and this is the Rain Paradis edition. This is actually not Rain Paradis. This is the Riviera edition. I have a bottle. I have a backup bottle, so this is my backup bottle. The Rain Paradis edition I bought like 4 years ago when the boutique initially opened up. Because that was the last bottle then. Now they have maybe a couple, 100 bottles left at the LA boutique. They brought it back out. But y'all, when they released it about a month ago, that was it. It's not ever coming back. I really don't wish I had another bottle because it's going to take me years to go through this. I'd probably leave this planet before I go through all of this collection here, let alone all of this collection, okay? Anyway, I've been doing decluttering, so go check out my Macari, okay? Anyway, Rain Paradis, Lust in Paradise Riviera edition, not Rain Paradis, Lust in Paradise the Riviera edition. It's more of a lush cashmere, tuberose, and white floral fragrance. It's beautiful, it's lush. It definitely gives you that Lust in Paradise DNA, that fresh, fruity, citrusy musky DNA, because there is a pretty heavy, fresh, clean musk in here as well. But the cashmere in here, the tuberose, the other white florals in here, there's ylang-ylang in this fragrance as well. It makes it absolutely stunning. So this literally smells like the French Riviera, like the best posh clubs, like beach bars and the French Riviera, where they're wearing all white linen, sun hats, sundresses. Everything's expensive. Everything's icy and pricey. That is what Lust in Paradise Riviera smells like, and I absolutely love it. But I love the floral aspects of this fragrance, right along with that Lust in Paradise DNA that gives you that fruity, musky, fresh, slightly ocean air breeze as well in this fragrance. If you are still interested in this fragrance, please call up to the LA, Los Angeles boutique. I will list everything down below, and give them code Marcelena. You'll receive something special when you do order. It's not a discount, but you'll receive special goodies in your bag. But let them know you're calling with code Marcelena, and they'll hook you up. Your girl, your guy, whoever wants this, they'll hook you up. But I'm telling you right now, this is my favorite Lust in Paradise rendition at the moment. It's something about, and I would love smelling that on a guy as well. To me, it's across the board unisex, because you definitely get that lush, airy, fresh sea air, light floral cashmere vibe, and I love it. So the next one is Vesper Glitz. Vesper Glitz is a beautiful neroli, fresh neroli white floral, like orange. I think there's orange blossom in here as well. There's a bit of a citrus in here as well. I purchased this. I smelled this on Charles at the boutique, and I was like, what did you spray on? You smell so good. He said it's Vesper Glitz. I slept on Vesper Glitz for about 2 years, y'all. This is an amazing fragrance, because I'm not a super huge neroli fan. So when I saw neroli, I think I kind of shied away from it. But when he sprayed it on himself, he purchased it as well. He was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I was like, yeah, Vesper Glitz. I've heard of it. I think I smelled it. Didn't pay too much attention to it. But then I kept smelling him throughout the boutique, and even in the car, I went back and I got Vesper Glitz, you guys. Anyway, it's an amazing citrusy, neroli, like orange blossom, orange tree type fragrance with a lot of other like warm additives to it as well. So get your nose on Vesper Glitz. This one comes with a plain gold top. But actually, I love this fragrance more for spring and summer, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And I think it's one of the easier ex nihilos. If you feel like that ex nihilo DNA is not for you, and even if you don't like neroli, because I'm not a huge neroli fan, you need to try Vesper Glitz. So the next one is, y'all, we got a couple more. I'm gonna have to start stacking these to the side. This one is My Sweetest Morphine. Now you have Sweet Morphine, and then you have My Sweetest Morphine. Where's the Sweet Morphine at? Oh, here. So My Sweetest Morphine, I think they dialed back. Now they still sell My Sweetest Morphine at the LA boutique. They don't have many bottles. They dialed back the mimosa and the lilac in this fragrance, because it's not as heavy. It's still giving you the same DNA, but it's not as heavy and as slight medicinal or potent as Sweet Morphine. I love them both though, but I think they dialed back like the lilac, and they added more vanilla. Yeah, they definitely dialed back the lilac and mimosa in Sweet Morphine. It's still powdery, it's still giving you that DNA, but it's not as heavy on the mimosa and the lilac. But I love it. So this is My Sweetest Morphine. And Sweet Morphine, like I said, is discontinued. But you can still, if you are that girl that wants to try or love Sweet Morphine, then My Sweetest Morphine is still around in somewhere in parts of this country. We already discussed that. That was backup bottle. So the next one is Explicite. Now, Explicite is a beautiful, I forgot what's in here though, y'all. Truth be told, it's warm amber. I know it's warm ambers, vanilla. It's slight gourmand leaning. It's spicy. There's some fruits in here as well. This was like, I bought this ex nihilo about 5 years ago, and I absolutely love it. And I need to bring this one back out. But you guys go look up the notes for Explicite. It's been like years since I've worn this fragrance. But it's almost giving me a little bit of that ex nihilo DNA, but it's giving me a little bit of a Gold Immortals vibe. Not the Extrait, but the EDP. Warm, spicy, saffron. It smells like there's pear in here as well. I know ex nihilo, they use a lot of pear in their fragrances. And so maybe some citruses or bergamot. But ex nihilo, it's beautiful, it's elegant, it's sophisticated. And a lot of women, I feel like it's ambery, it's warm, it's a little spicy. I feel like a lot of women love this fragrance. I don't hear too many men talking about Explicite by ex nihilo. But I think there's a gourmand factor in this fragrance as well. I think there's some caramel or praline in Explicite. So the next one, we're almost done, y'all, is Chandigar Express. Now, Chandigar Express, my girl Carrie just picked this fragrance up at the Blue Talisman launch in Bergdorf Goodman in New York about 4 or 5 days ago. Not too many people speak about this fragrance. Now, to me, this fragrance is unisex, leaning masculine. Now, this has lots of spices. It's aromatic, it's herbaceous, it's green in the opening. Now this fragrance, a lot of guys love, you know, that I know of. So you get that leather in there. It is absolutely gorgeous. So Chandigar Express, I keep switching the names, is a beautiful aromatic citrusy green fragrance. It's a bit herbaceous, but in the dry down, there's a lot of citruses. And the dry down is when I love this fragrance. I like it in the opening, but I love it more in the dry down, especially when I wear it, not just when I'm sniffing it. It almost gives me tea vibes. It gives me like Moroccan tea or like a green tea vibe with a bit of a citrus, some mandarin, some herbs, like some sage or something, and a bit of a smooth, like fresh leather. So if you're not a leather fan, I don't think that this one would be for you, but this one's very sensual. It's very dark, yet it almost smells like a souk's, if you're walking through like a soup full of like spices, and then you have like some citruses, and then you get a waft of like, you're going through like a leather tanner place, you know, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's gorgeous and it's very unique, but it gives me tea vibes in the dry down, like a citrusy green tea with some herbs and leather in the dry down. And it's super unique. Never smelled anything like it, but I absolutely love Chandigar Express in the dry down. This is not a safe blind buy. Definitely smell this fragrance before you attempt to purchase it, unless you're just a leather lover. So we have 2 more to go. So the next one is Lust in Paradise. This is Rain Paradis. Now, Lust in Paradise, Rain Paradis, I feel like a lot of the guys like, even though it's completely unisex and I wear it, because this has more of a citrusy grapefruit edge right along with that Lust in Paradise DNA, that beautiful fruity floral, but it adds citruses to it. There's like some aquatic notes to this as well, almost aquatic oceanic vibe, not necessarily blue, but more of like a fresh sea air aquatic vibe to this as well. It is absolutely gorgeous, but you definitely get that beautiful musk in here. The thing I love about Lust in Paradise, all of their fragrances, that beautiful creamy musk inside, yet so refreshing. But this one adds a bit of a aquatic, like a turquoise water, fresh sea air to this, like a beach vibe on top of Lust in Paradise, but it has the citruses are more rounded with this one as well. Like I said, you got your EDP of Lust in Paradise, you have your Riviera, which adds more florals and cashmere, then you have your Rain Paradis, which gives you more of a rounded citrus edge with more of a beachy aquatic vibe. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is the Brompton Immortals EDP. This is the one that I have the backup bottle for. You can find this one anywhere. This was gifted to me like a couple years ago by Nihilo. This is the most beautiful rose fragrance. Rose, saffron, it's sexy and sensual. I think there's some praline in here as well, or vanilla, a heavier vanilla. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Definitely still giving that Nihilo DNA with those warm ambers. But if you love a rose fragrance, this is like one of my top 5 rose fragrances in my collection. Then you need to get your nose on Brompton Immortals, the EDP. Now, I do have the Extrait, and I love the Extrait. Last but not least, this one is Venenoms Kiss, okay? Venenoms Kiss reminds me of, this is a rose fragrance as well. But Venenoms Kiss almost reminds me of Scherzo by Miller Harris, except Scherzo has like a tangerine vibe to it. But Venenoms Kiss is a sexy rose, a green rose fragrance, green spicy rose fragrance. Y'all, this is beautiful. Greens, it's a sharp green spicy rose scent with warm ambers and that ex nihilo warm spicy ambery DNA. But Venenoms Kiss is one for you if you like rose, if you like a green rose, a realistic green stem, slightly woody rose. But also if you like Scherzo by Miller Harris, then you would love Venenoms Kiss. Now we're gonna rate them, okay, you guys? Let's rate them, and I gotta figure out. Oh, actually, we forgot Spiky Muse. So I purchased a small bottle of Spiky Muse before it was even out at the boutique. I found this at some random store. I can't remember the name, the Webster. They released this to the Webster before they released this at the boutique, and I knew that I had to have it. So I ordered me a 50 ml bottle at the Webster, and I got another top from the boutique that says LA. So this is pistachio, rose, and strawberry, and it is just that. Warm ambers, juicy jammy rose, jammy strawberry, and creamy pistachio. I love it. It's fruity, it's floral, it's fun. It gets me so many compliments. It's super sexy, sensual, and it's very playful. But this fragrance packs a hefty punch. Spiky Muse, I love it. Get your nose on this. So I'm going to say my top 10. I'll just go back and put these back in order. My top 10 ex Nihilo fragrances are, I'll just do top 10. I won't go in order. So Blue Talisman Extrait is one of my top 10s. Of course, Scarlet Sands is one. Let's slide this over here. Blue Talisman Extrait, Scarlet Sands, Brompton Immortals Extrait is my number 1. Let's try to put them in order, okay? So we'll do Brompton Immortals Extrait as my number 1. We're going to do, I'm going to say Blue Talisman Extrait as my number 2, okay? I'm just going to put Blue Talisman EDP right behind the Extrait because to me, they go hand in hand. Then we're going to say Scarlet Sands as my number, no, Scarlet Sands is my number 4, y'all. The Irreverents is my number 3. The Irreverents is my number 3. Scarlet Sands is my number 4. I am going to have to say, I already have this. Riviera Edition is my number 5. Lust in Paradise. I got a lot from the Collective Edition as well. So let's just say from the Collective Edition, it's going to be Amber Sky with Rose. I know that's not fair. Also from the Collective Edition, Gold Immortals with Vanilla. This is number 7. The Hedonist Extrait, number 8. I got 2 more, y'all. This is a bit difficult, okay? Also from the Collective Edition, I'm just going to say, I'm going to have to pick a Fleur Narcotique. So Fleur Narcotique Extrait is definitely up there. This is number 8, right? 2. This is 4, 8, 9. Oh, I got 1 more, you guys. So I got Fleur Narcotique Extrait. I don't know, you guys. This is so difficult because I don't want to pick the same thing and the same DNA, you know? So I am going to have to say the other Collective Edition because I love my Collective Editions. This is Amber Sky with Iris, okay? And I do love every single one, but if I had to choose, part of the Collective Edition would be in my top 10. All right, you guys, those are all of my ex Nihilos. Go out into the world, spend amazing tiage, do good, be good, all of that. And let me know. I hope you are interested in the brand. It's been my favorite brand for the past 5 years since 2020. And I've fallen head over heels with ex Nihilo. So happy to have met Benoit, one of the co-founders. Hopefully we'll meet Sylvie and Olivier one day as well, the other co-founders. But finally, I met one of the co-founders. I was getting a bit jealous, y'all. I was like, how are all these people in London or in Paris meeting Benoit and the co-founders, and I've never met him before, like, y'all. And so then they flew me out. I am super blessed, you guys. I've been flown out by two of my top 3 brands within the past month, okay? Maybe the other one's coming next, okay? So literally flown out by 2 of my top 3 brands, and I appreciate the love. Nihilo and Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. They flew me out as well, paid for everything. They even get me spending money. Had a good time. Like Memoirs, M.O.A.P.C, y'all. Go support that fragrance house. It is 2 minority brothers, okay? Not actual brothers, but one's from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, originally from Somalia, and the other one is also of Arabic descent. But he lives in London, okay? I love them both. Amazing guys. Just so professional, so kind, so loving, so generous, just to the world. And but they don't play no games, okay? And yeah, they don't play no games about Marcy. Anyway, I love them as well, and they took care of your girl, okay? Like nobody ever has in this community. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Go out to the world, spend amazing sillage, do good, be good, and leave me a blue heart down at the bottom for Nihilo if you finish this whole video. All right, bye-bye.